huge amount of gratitude to those that donated to the fund that Sam was just talking to. Every day I see the power of those funds and what they can do in the space that I work in. So thank you very, very much. I am very humbled to represent my region, my cause and my vision. And as you sit there and you ponder what is Hear4U, what are they doing, and why is it existent, I will explain it to you right now that this charity escalated from a little project to a charitable trust which was designed to help reduce male suicide stats in Te Rāwhiti in New Zealand by breaking the stigma for future generations and exploring why our hearts lead the way for healing and how we can put our hearts and our heads and our knowledge and lived experiences together to enrich our communities. I'm very bad at this clicker thing. Krissy Mac, who is she? Well, she was someone who created a platform for our community to speak up, learn and engage. She's someone that needs reining in every now and then. She gets a little bit too out the gate, too creative, too hyperactive, but she is a little wahine toa that is supported by an amount of amazing community legends in this beautiful region. And I want to take a moment here to say thank you to all my mentors and trustees, volunteers and sponsors. She's also a girl that grew up in Tokoro. Very, very humble beginnings. My dad worked in a mill, my mum worked in a supermarket. My whakapapa stems back to Manila, Pasay, Philippines, one of the poorest cities in the world, and my father has deep connections to Tukumura Bay. By the age of 35 years old, I would endure the loss of 10 male friends to male suicide. These are good friends. These are the people that I wake up and remember every morning when I go and face the cold brunt of criticism and step out of my lane and try and be the change. These were my people. I am also the girl that is a survivor, never a victim, of bulimia, anorexia, postnatal depression, anxiety, and multiple suicide attempts. In this journey of my life, I've explored many academic pathways. I've explored lived experiences, and I've endured some harsh-ass criticism. But I will tell you now that I have made it my absolute life mission to be a researcher in this field. I have a strong desire to understand what is the essence and science behind male suicide and why suicide happens. In the last 5 years, as well as being a mum, those are my two beautiful children here, and my gorgeous husband with huge energy too. If Martai Trust can please do some brain scanning on there, I think there might be some ADHD there. He's just somewhere in the corner there. But he's, you gotta have a strong man when you're doing this mahi. In the last 5 years, I have studied through Massey. Previously, I studied at Lincoln University, where I also attempted to take my life. But right now, I'm currently studying my diploma in positive psychology through the guidance and the teachings of Dr. Denise Quinlan. My beginning and our beginning, Hear4U's beginning, was very, very humble. It started with 3 very enthusiastic females. We sat down, we collated what we would like our vision to be. We were very, very naive and unclear. We had no direction, but we were determined to be the change. But this is where my values and community support really became the forefront of change. Our first exhibition involved 27 of local tāne from all industries, all cultures, all walks of life, who banded together and helped me lead the waka. And we did this magnificent art exhibition. I must add that I am also a floral artist in my part-time arena. We raised $52,000 for the Movember Foundation. This was the highest amount ever raised for the Movember Foundation in Australasia. What happened? Not a single dollar came back to Te Rāwhiti, hence why we also have Hear4U. Because what we discovered and what we became very aware of very quick was there was a need, there was a catchment, there was people falling through the system or had attempted to go through the system and needed special tailored needs. So we started opening up platforms, more programs, more wellbeing events, more projects. And I worked full-time every day of my life for the first 3 years of having Hear4U without a wage. Huge sacrifice with an amazing army of volunteers and mentors underneath me. Until Cyclone Gabrielle, we received no funding from the government. But I am very grateful for Cyclone Gabrielle. She caused hell of a mess, but she also made our service very valid in the eyes of this wellbeing space in the primary industry sector. And also business, Ministry of Business and Innovation. Transactional, yes, that's how we had to run. This is an organisation that had to really showcase the power and the science of humanity, not academics. So could you imagine how challenging that has been for us? But I am a true believer that love conquers all. And you know, innovation is scary. If I've learned anything in this last 4 years, pioneers of change take risks and they really challenge systems. But you know, a lot of heart can also keep your head up and above water. Right now, we're in an era of still cyclone relief. On a weekly basis, we would see on average 20 men. This place, this hub, this headquarters, whatever it may be to our tāne and their whānau of Tairāwhiti, this is my reason and purpose for why I live. When they come through our doors and they say to me, this is the first time I've ever spoken up, Krissy Mac, thank you for providing this non-judgmental space. This is why we go to work. And our team, we went from 5 a week to 20 pretty damn quick. We are now and have successfully engaged with over 3,000 people in this community and also outside of our community. So, just going to take a breath and have a glass of water while you guys watch this little flash film of mine. Funding gives our team the ability to support those impacted by mental health challenges through navigating healing pathways, sharing lived experiences, and uniting our community. Community voices in our successes continue to demonstrate that our non-judgmental, holistic and safe platforms and headquarters are critical in terms of healing. Our current rebuild is the result of the growing demand from tāne in need within Tairāwhiti. Our service is tailored, innovative and inspiring, and we are always willing to align ourselves with funders to continue our Hora Mahi and kaupapa. As survivors of suicide attempts, mental health disorders and the huge loss of loved ones due to suicide, my vision was to create a service which respects the importance of lived experiences and community voices. Because for generations, different worldviews have stigmatized those impacted by mental health challenges and trauma, especially for our blokes. Funding will strengthen our team, resources and local industries due to our pure and post-prevention mahi. Our annual and long-term plan is to provide a robust service which can adapt to changing times, as COVID and Cyclone Gabrielle were a reminder that locally led organisations provide unity and education when addressing the road to recovery. So guys, if you donated to that fund in Mātai Trust, that's where it went. That's where it went when it came through the hands of Hear4U. If you can all sit there for a minute and look at those statements, it's okay to not be okay. Speak up, and then what do we do with it? How do we get our people from here to here, into the clinical services, into finding out the science about what's going on? Well, there's a method behind my madness. And this is what we do, right? We have 3 important pillars. We created this naturally. This wasn't rocket science. This took, oh my God, I don't even know how to explain this journey, but it was out the gate. So I'm going to talk you through it. I'm very mindful of my time. But in this pure prevention space, this is promotional mahi. This is the stuff where you go out and we engage with our community. We go to the sports clubs. We go to the schools. We go wherever out the door is open and we promote well-being. We teach our community how to flourish rather than languish. We teach our community how to engage. We teach our community how to celebrate. In this intervention space here, this is when someone reaches out. This is where our team of navigators work very passionately to find out the best fit for our clients, whether it be holistic pathways, clinical pathways, or a combination of 2. Bearing in mind, if we are not specialised in this area of need, we align ourselves with other organisations in this community to help us. The biggest thing about this intervention space is that we base everything that we do around reconnecting our people with the right people and the whenua that grounds them below. So, this is how we recover after Cyclone Gabrielle at Hear4U. In this post-prevention space, this is based on the theory behind this is based around a very amazing positive psychologist. And I only just realized that last week when I was at uni. But what we were doing and what we continue to do as whānau that are impacted by suicide or mental health challenges, we work with them, we allow them to give back, and we find out what they need to flourish rather than languish and go into deeper dips of despair. Forgive me. So my boys are actually my client, my whānau, whatever they consider they are to me. They've given back to our charities in ways that you can't even explain, from speedway trailers, golf tournaments, outdoor adventures. They've done things, sharing sheep. They're breaking the stigma, they're sparking the conversations, and they're helping each other. Right, so how do we do this? This is our kaupapa. This here was written by myself in a bathroom when I was literally at the end of my wanting to live. I just did not want to be here anymore. And I remember my father saying to me, go rest and find out what you need in order to do well and to get through life. Hearing. Every single day we hear community voices. When we hear the community voices, we are able to help without judgment, without telling them what they need, rather listening to what happened to them. And I always say to anyone that comes through our door, go home and find 3 people that are your pillar of strength. They will get you through any situation. Engagement, eye contact, hugs, shoulder taps, it's all scientifically proven to reduce stress, to create acceptance, and create a lot of aroha. It can actually change brain chemicals, and this is being discovered all over the world. We are seeing this every day unfold at the headquarters of Hear4U. Give the awhi, take the awhi. Acceptance. Everyone is craving acceptance. If you are struggling with mental health challenges, I guarantee the one thing you want more than anyone is to accept that you're having a hard time. And so this is a big part of our everyday operations, is learning to have a growth mindset and accepting that everybody is different to us and one size does not fit all. And respect, well, who doesn't want it? I know I want it, and it's a pretty amazing thing to be respected and to be understood by people with different worldviews. Oh, cool. So post-Cyclone Gabrielle, again, I'm just going to give you a quick rundown of how Mātai has helped us and everybody in this room to some capacity that is connected to Mātai. Thank you. Since Cyclone Gabrielle, we have had to work very, very hard to find out ways where we can really help our community. Please take a minute there. Please absorb this information and imagine, just for a minute, if Tairāwhiti never had Hear4U. There's 400 free healing sessions that have been able and accessible to our community because we exist, right? We have got a gym going Monday to Friday, every night, taking in our rural boys, taking in our forestry workers, taking in our fishermen without jobs. There's a whole heap of job losses happening out there in Tairāwhiti right now. What do we do with that? How do we help those boys before they can even consider going to the GP? We create platforms and we give a lot of aroha and awhi. Frogs on Friday is an amazing initiative. When you're working with men's mental health, you soon realize that there's a woman behind every scenario. She's a mother, she's a grandmother, she's a wife, she's a sister, she's a daughter. They also cop the brunt of unwell men. And so every Friday, we have 2,000 wahine in this community who put a frock on and stand up for sisterhood and connection and unity. Doesn't matter where you come from, You're there to break the stigma. So, is everyone okay? Cool. Our future visions. It all looks very exhausting. Believe me, it is. I've been burnt out a few times this year, but it's very worthwhile. So as we grow, we have to find out what we really need. And I'll tell you something that's very exciting, and Marta, I trust, has also helped us here to upgrade and transition from a little weenie 2 office to a beautiful, inspiring new headquarters. And as of next week, we will be popping straight over into that. This is super amazing to see, and I really wish I had a photo of it, but I don't, guys. But I'm telling you now, that's a $200,000 project, and it's costing my trust $20K. Why? Tradies are putting it together for us. They're giving back to their community because they've been through Hear4U. This is the magic behind what we do. We are committed to securing long-term funding, making the right investments, and we are now investing in those that have had powerful lived experiences with the passion to give back. So yesterday, I just paid for one of my boys to go and get his diploma in fitness and well-being. What's he going to do with that? He's going to put education, he's going to put science, and he's going to put his lived experience back into our community. And last but not least, I've forgotten one actually, enrich our workforce. We've got to keep our boys feeling like there's something to look forward to other than just mahi. But we are driving for national policy change. We are working together. Hear4U is a practical delivery, and therefore it is really, really crucial that we all work together in this, this vision of creating a better and healthier humanity. So before I go, I've just asked one of my amazing Tane, a leader in the forestry industry, just to give you a little bit of a testimony so that you don't think I'm actually lying, okay? This is real, this one. Cool. It just takes a couple of minutes. I'm not very patient. Sorry, guys. There we go.
My name is Roger, born and bred, Krissy, Mackintosh Valley, 2023, hell of a year. So far, it's been a challenge. It's challenged us in many ways. Every imaginable aspect has been a challenge in this room. People's homes have been affected, whānau displaced, and around economic pressures have been thrown in the mix as well. So, who was there to support these people, to outfit these people, to total for these people was Hear4U. Through my role in the forestry industry, we have experienced market downturns, abnormal weather systems, prolonged access issues, and a very tainted social license to operate. This has been extremely tough on everyone in our industry, but who was there to support our industry, to coordinate rapid response for families who had no mahi, and provide services to those who needed it? It was Krissy and Hear4U. Personally, who has provided me with support over the last 5 years and have enabled me to lead and support people around me by providing a community that will always lend an ear to listen. It was Hear4U. My experience with mental health has been mixed, from dealing with my own struggles in life to having my grandfather take his own life because of his own personal struggles that no one knew was going on. I often sit there and think and wonder, what if Hear4U was available 25 years ago? There's a possibility I could have had my heart around for a little bit longer. Mental health struggles aren't going away. Let's face it. It's only going to get worse. Social media and this strange aspect of loneliness. At the moment, the world is the most populated it's ever been. But research shows that people are the loneliest they've ever been. There's simply looking at where they're sinking. That's pretty harrowing. This Hear4U community provides a strong network of ears that is always willing to listen. Nobody is lonely in this group. One last thing. I've recently been fortunate enough to spend a bit of time in an executive program at Stanford University, where a professor shared this quote by Isaac Newton that resonated with me. It reads, "If I have seen further, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants." Hear4U is our giant. Hear4U has been the support mechanism. Hear4U has been advocating and challenging the status quo around mental health. So let's toggle the momentum that this kaupapa has and do better for our wider community. Our community needs easy access to these services. Our community needs Hear4U. Thank you.
So, guys, that's a bit of a wrap up, but we've got many of these stories, and in fact, over the last few years, 4 years, we've collected so many stories we don't know what to do with it. So in February this year, we are very fortunate to get some funding to get a student from University of Otago to help us identify what our trends are, where we're going, what we can do better, and how we can collaborate with the clinical and scientific world. So on behalf of my trust and the people that support us, thank you very, very much. Thank you.